Hey everybody, it's November 17th and that sounded so country. Anywho, it's November 17th and I actually was supposed to be doing kind of a follow-up to yesterday's video on how I put together the workbox center activities. I'll do that video in the morning. I had a lot going on today and I just didn't get around to it. Little one just went down for a nap and it's already like, goodness, it is already 5. So yeah, fail, and I'm tired. But at least she is taking a little nap. Anywho, I'm going to just show you guys what I had going on today. And shame on you guys. Nobody told me. Yeah. The feng shui in this room was off. It was totally off. And I could not figure out for the life of me what was going on in this room. Just for months we have been using this room like this and it's crazy, but it just seemed like it was not functioning the way I wanted it to. So I had to make some changes, and already I see a big difference. It just, even the kids walked in here and they were like, wow. So yeah, but you guys could have told me. I'm just playing. So basically I just left this side of the room. There's a lot of kind of randomness going on. I'm going through and putting things away and stuff like that, so it's not so stacked, but that stuff is up there basically so the baby won't get it. And over here, her little shelf that sat behind me over under the whiteboard, I moved over here. And the whiteboard is really the reason I figured out how I could change the room. But yeah, it had been an issue all along, and I just kept trying to keep it where it was to use it, but it wasn't functioning, and it was taken away from the space of the room, and I really don't use it that much to actually have it up. I can, improvise and use it another way, if that makes sense. But you'll see. So I put her little shelf here with her little activities and some couple of books I just cleaned out of these little bins right here. And they actually need to go somewhere because I don't want that many books sitting there. Before I actually moved it, or moved the books, the basket was a little more accessible. So those are her blocks. And that was another thing I will show you once I get over there, but I had something else here and it was blocking. It wasn't here originally, but I moved it here and it was blocking the light. So it was light up here but not down here, and I like the full light of the room. Now the room's much brighter. So yeah, grateful for that. Let me get up out of my seat. So yeah, I didn't move any books. Everything's still the same. Workbox is still the same. But I moved the table. Let me sit back down. Okay. So here's one side of the room. Here's the other side. And the table, remember, it was flush against the wall. It's because I don't like things floating and I wanted the floor space. But like I said, it just wasn't working because the kids they had their back to me and it just seemed off. It was very hard to get over and help them in that seating arrangement. So now I can actually sit at the end of the table, or I can pull up beside one of them and sit on either side to help. Once the other chairs are in here, I can still fit. So if that makes sense. So yeah. So it makes the room look, I don't know, it opened it up a little more. To have everything, the shelves and the table the long way, just kind of flows better. And then they still have space. They're getting on the floor to do puzzles. You see some randomness down there, but they were getting on the floor to do puzzles a little while ago, and they can still do that on the floor. They prefer the floor, even though I would rather them, a couple of them, sit at the table. But I'm fine. Whatever they're comfortable with, I don't mind. So the basket on the floor is just the big chunky puzzles that do not fit. I don't know why we have crayons up here, or crayon boxes. Oh yeah, I do. That don't fit in the puzzle rack. And this is a Melissa and Doug puzzle rack. Yeah, they dumped out the crayons, so that's why that's up there. But like I said, pretty much everything else is still the same. I didn't change anything else. So let me take you on the other side of the room. Let's see, is there anything? No, there's nothing up top. It's a box. It's actually, there's a hole in that box I need to get to. And it's been sitting here for, oh my goodness, probably since the beginning of the year. Just about. Anywho, bookshelf. Okay, got another bookshelf. The bookshelf was in front of the window, and I had it turned so that this part was facing me. So, it's all that clutterness. The back of the bookshelf was here. That way I can access everything that I needed. And it worked fine for, you know, extra space as a sidecar. I would prefer it if it was the other way, but I tried it the other way and I didn't like it backwards. But again, it was so tall, it was taking away the light, and I didn't like that. And so the whiteboard was here. Well, the whiteboard is now over here because, like I said, the whiteboard has 9 lives. I don't know what happened. I left the room one night and came back and it was on the ground. So I don't know if the kids were banging on the wall in the other room or what. But it finally deframed. I can frame it back, but I'm not going to. It's not a big deal. I can still use it like this. But I'm not even going to put it back on the wall. I like to put it on the end of the table. That way I can be right in front. Let me show you. Like, set it up here like that on the end of the table. Well, on the end of the table, so that I can actually write right here and the kids can see actually what I'm doing, and I'm not turning my back towards them. I'm just right here at the table with them versus being way over here. So yeah, but I don't know, I just never thought, because I was used to having the whiteboard and the cork board together, that it would take away from something. I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, here is new bookcase, and it looks random. And I'm sitting here. Actually, it is clean. I cleaned it off because it was a hot mess, and that's what was bothering me today. I had projects and all kinds of stuff up here this morning. I had to whittle down, but this is actually my pile of resources that I am using for this month. You guys know I use mailbox magazines for stuff, so that's what this is. October, November, and some books that we were reading, or we are reading. So that's what that is, not a mess. And then I don't know if you guys knew, a couple years ago Target had, and they may still have, I think I saw some in the summer, these paper trays. And I picked up 3 of them. They had 3 different kinds. So that's what this is. I was not actually utilizing them. They were holding paper, but not necessarily the paper that I was using. But I had pulled it out and decided to go ahead and use one. And it works because it keeps my, their little worksheets, their coloring assignments and stuff like that, organized for me, instead of putting them in my file box. So we're working on the letters and numbers of the week for the 2 little ones. A couple of art projects, arts and crafts. So that's what's in there, and some stuff that they have done that I have not yet decided what I'm going to do with. But yeah, that's what's in there. So yeah, it comes in handy. And then what else is up here? Extra binders, and let's see, other than that, just basic stuff. Books, I have, the books are backwards on purpose. Those are hauls. You guys have not seen them, so I had to turn them around, but they were actually the other way a few minutes ago. My big binder of their center activities, and just some magazines that I get that keep me occupied when I have downtime. Then I hooked on phonics and hooked on math and this Get a Clue game. That's what's down here. And just extra binder. And yeah, so this functions and it works, and I ended up painting it all white. It is heavy. It's real wood. So I'm really grateful for that. It's perfect size to hold everything. But like I said, it works perfectly for the space. And it's, I mean, I can still access it because it's right behind me. And it's not in the way of anybody. Just kind of balances off this side of the room because there was nothing over here. So a whole tour, 360. So this works. I don't see doing anything else other than maybe changing out some posters or something, which we really don't. I'm not a big fan of a lot of posters and things on the wall. They are too much of a distraction. Just the useful things like the maps and the constellations and you know, the presidents add a nice touch. But other than that, we try to keep it simple. We have enough going on with all of these books. So anywho, like I said, I will be back tomorrow with that other video, and then I get into the hauls, the resource books that I have there on that shelf, along with the other things that I have not shown you guys yet. So you guys enjoy your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.